the Honorable Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Excellencies, Governing Board of the Asia School of Business, Professor Charles Fai, President and Dean of the Asia School of Business, Tan Sri, Dato, distinguished guests, faculty members, students and parents, ladies and gentlemen. To the class of 2019, I know today is a super exciting day for you, for a good reason. Today, I am going to give you a speech. Why ASB? This question was asked many times before I came here. It was asked many times while I was here, and I'm sure it will continue to be asked many more times after today. Having now gone through the entire experience as a student, today I'd like to do one thing and one thing only, to answer this question, why ASB? But first, I'd like to begin with a delightful story about a man who is known to be right about a thing or two, Albert Einstein. In 1951, Einstein was teaching physics at Princeton University. One day, he gave an exam to his senior class. After the exam, the teaching assistant, looking very puzzled, came up to Einstein and said, "Dr. Einstein, something is not right. The exam that you just gave, isn't it exactly the same exam that you gave to exactly the same class a year ago?" Yeah, said Albert Einstein, it's exactly the same. The assistant was baffled. But how could you possibly do that, he said. Einstein smiled and said, well, the answers have changed. The answers have changed. In other words, what was true in 1951 is even more true today, and even more true in this part of the world, where the answers are changing not yearly, but sometimes daily. This became evident to us through action learning. Having collectively done 171 projects across all industries in 18 different countries, we could clearly see that all organizations today, big or small, private or public, are struggling to find new answers to the same old questions in this era of globalization, of the Internet of Things, of digitalization. So if you ask me why ASB, the first part of my answer is, it's because the answers have changed. And from what I've seen, I truly believe that it's ASB that equips us with not the answers, but the thinking, the methodologies, the moral and ethical principles, the social and cultural awareness, the patience and determination, the sharp and smart skills to figure out these new and constantly changing answers, particularly for this region, and to really make major footprint for the rapid development of Southeast Asia. For that, I want to thank you everyone at ASB for affording us this invaluable learning opportunity. Special thank you to Tan Sri Dr. Zeti, to our Board of Governors, to Bank Negara, to MIT for your incredible support, and to Charlie for your great leadership. My second part of the answer to why ASB is because it's in Malaysia. Malaysia might not be the obvious choice for many when thinking about getting an international MBA or just getting business and management education in general. But having been here for 20 months, I know that has to change. There's no better place to be if you're serious about learning and making an impact in this part of the world. And it's not just because of the location, the diversity, the ease of communication, or the openness of the country. It's also because of the wonderful people that you have here in Malaysia. Malaysia welcomed us with open arms. Your kindness, your extraordinary hospitality, your irreverent sense of humor, your brilliantly unique way of using English. Everything has become so familiar. And I've truly fallen in love with this country. At least I know my love is real when I was on an overseas trip recently, and all of a sudden I had a major craving for nasi lemak. They say home is where the heart is. And if that's the case, I will be very happy to call Malaysia and KL home. So for that, thank you, Malaysia. Terima kasih. Lastly, and also most importantly, why ASB? It's because ASB is the place where I get to meet people like you, class of 2019. It has been an absolutely incredible ride, and to be honest, I would not have it any other way. I'll admit that I feel a bit sad today, as it's our last day at ASB, but hey, you know what they say, don't cry because it's over, smile, because it happened. And if I think about the memories that we've shared, the waves that we've ridden over the past 2 years, I know I should be smiling nonstop for the next few months. Maybe even longer if I don't have to get a job. When I left Vietnam 10 years ago, my mom told me only this one thing. She said that wherever you go, the most important thing is that you leave those with whom you cross paths with a little more happiness and a little more hope. Today, I'm leaving ASB feeling more hopeful and happier than ever. And that's all because of you. I hope that you feel the same too. And I hope that I have contributed to that in some way. And if you think that I did, please tell my mom. She's sitting over there. So that she can be proud of me. Today, when I think of our class, I think of the Dead Sea. Yes, the Dead Sea. Well, not because you partied so hard yesterday, but if you've heard of the Dead Sea, you know what happens when you jump into it? You never sink. You cannot sink. The environment will always push you up to the top. And that's what I think what we are as a class. We push each other up. We support each other through thick and thin, no matter what. And no one will ever sink. Not yesterday, not today, and certainly not tomorrow. You are among the best people that I know, and I cannot be more grateful to be a part of this incredible family. I will miss all of you dearly. There are good ships. There are wooden ships. There are ships that sail the sea. But the best ships are friendships. And may they always be. Congratulations, class of 2019, and from the bottom of my heart, I wish you the very, very best.